I say, Fargo, it's been a while since we've done this.
It's been like a week.
It feels like it's been longer.
It hasn't.
Actually, it's been longer than a week. Like, it's
sure?
to the listener, it's been, I don't know, a few days since we last did this, but we did it in a bit of a batch.
I feel like we did it last Wednesday, and therefore it's been less than a week.
It's been a busy week then. Lots of things happened. Before we start, I should possibly point out we are going to do a Q&A session, in case you haven't heard, and we will be answering your questions, viewer. Yes, your ones, even the weird ones. You can ask us anything about Life is Strange, both me and Fargo, and possibly Cole. You said you might be looking to get him in on that. I don't think either of us have approached him about it.
I think he will.
You think?
I think
I might have to hear it from him. We should probably talk to him about it before we make plans for him.
That sounds complicated.
It does. Should we just get on with some commentary?
Fine.
Yay.
Previously on Life
And this is the point where I completely abandoned telling the story of Life is Strange in these segments.
I mean, when you think about it, maybe people have already. I mean, if people like haven't watched the previous episodes, then that's their own problem.
Yeah, they should have seen it by now.
But this is based off a popular YouTube phenomenon known as Darkside Film.
The man who is a meme. Unfortunately, this doesn't include Max masturbating to the camera.
If you really, really love a video game, I would strongly advise on YouTube typing in "this is how you don't play" and then putting the video game name and watching all of that, because it will make your appreciation of it just soar.
I refuse to watch that man play God Hand.
Is there a God Hand one?
There better not be.
I remember Cole watched the Kingdom Hearts one and came away a changed person. Cole used to be really optimistic about life.
Not anymore.
Also, there's a Neon Genesis Evangelion tin.
Yes, thank you very much for that. There was also Kagamine dolls, which I'm also proud of. And the MGS5 hand, which you also got me. Sort of.
Kind of. I put your address into a box.
Yeah. I gave you the money. It's a very nice hand. We're talking about my collector's items, and there's a. Well, we say quadriplegic, but that's not quite the right term, is it?
No, I'm not. Despite the fact we are both advanced medical doctors who have years of experience under our belts and are both good men, I'm not qualified to tell you what the proper name for someone who is disabled from the neck down is.
Yeah, probably. We don't know. Also, I had to color grade the end of that TV so you couldn't see me in the reflection holding a crappy DSLR.
That would ruin my immersion.
Yeah.
I mean, even though in the Life is Strange song at the end, at least in the music video, I kept you coughing.
Well, to be fair, the notes I have to hit with that, in Max's voice...
It's fine.
Was it with Max's voice acting? Yeah, it was with
Yeah.
Max's voice that killed me. Anyway, here's Chloe and Max walking along the beach.
Very peaceful.
Very peaceful. It was very difficult to write for Chloe this episode. The darker Life is Strange got, the harder it became to write, and these bits with Chloe were kind of difficult. Luckily, the Chloe did have someone to bounce off the darkness with Wilhelm, who, yeah, he's dark, but it's funny. It's funny to hear a Nazi scientist say, "I turned my little girl into a Metal Gear," and then justifying it.
Also, the music used for this sequence is from a Nazi propaganda film called Triumph of the Will.
Yeah, you didn't give me a lot of information on it besides giving me, so I just said it's sung by German people at the end.
It is a very unfortunate song that has a very dark history.
Yeah, that's a obscure in-joke for you hipster people. Also,
And if you're a German, you've probably been arrested for hearing it.
Possibly, yeah. The transition for that, I actually mulled over that for ages when I remembered whales explode when they're beached.
I don't think they quite explode in fire.
No, they don't explode in fire unless they're, like, bloated with gasoline. Gasoline? Am I going American? Petrol.
Gasoline.
Petrol. And then we get the interaction between Max and Wilhelm, which is also one of the last times we see Wilhelm this episode.
Wilhelm is very overdressed. He has a cardigan on top of a pink shirt on top of a white shirt.
Yeah, I'm pretty... It's only meant to be autumn, God.
But it is snowing.
It was snowing, yeah, I suppose. Things are getting a bit chilly for the old German. You really pushed for, like, going all out in this scene. Like, especially the "we're a lot alike, you and I."
But you both have ridiculous accents.
Yeah, that's the main line you wanted to push. And just Max freaking out about it.
Max's accent in the comments was a great deal of consternation.
It was. Max is meant to be Scottish. Sort of. Well, she originally was. If anyone said Welsh, you get a special shout out in episode 5. You kept telling people it was Ukrainian, but you just liked messing around in the comments.
Oh yeah.
Just wanted to see what people would believe.
I want to see the world burn.
And then along comes a euthanasia scene, which was very fun to do.
It is, I do... It was very hard to find like a good strong joke to end this on.
Yeah, but I think it was a good and fitting joke for Chloe to have a childish temper tantrum for how dare this best friend who comes over to visit me for the first time in ages not euthanize me. God, she's so selfish.
God, she didn't think about me.
Yeah, like, and you've got to euthanize me right now. Not later, not agree on it, not discuss it, you just euthanize me right now. And then the alternate world disappeared. We had plans.
I don't know why Max didn't just like go back, throw away Wilhelm's keys, and then say to Chloe, you should probably never drive.
I think you've got to do a bit more than that to convince someone never to drive.
Cut her legs off.
I think we're just making the problem worse.
No, we're not. She still has like her upper body.
I suppose.
That's a 50% increase.
You could still drive without, could you?
You can. There are cars designed for it, but like you'd have to like take longer to learn and go slower. And
specialist equipment, so you're still bankrupting her family. God, you're a horrible person.
Look, I'm just saying, like there are more solutions.
I suppose.
Also, this is now the second family that is the same family Max has destroyed.
Yeah, it really is. And look at him. I'm so sad. I'm leaving. And Max just wants him to get out. Really pushing the narcissism. Really pushing the narcissism. It is. It is. I think definitely getting more into the groove of Max the further along we went. And this is the reward for saving Kate. We get a nice hospital scene, which doesn't really last that long in the game.
No.
And doesn't get you a lot.
I mean, I like the idea that because Max was not rewarded for her good actions, she just leaves.
Yeah, and she just realizes, it's been like a day. But like last we saw was episode 2, so it feels like longer. It feels like months.
Here's where we start planting the seeds for
the end.
The great sing off in the sky.
Yeah. Also, the first time we knew what we were doing with Jefferson.
Kind of.
Well, we knew that he was not so nice, and so we started planting those seeds as well. Oh, did you catch that David Bowie reference? Oh, that is some smart reference in there. And go on.
I have questions about how Nathan gets like an entire film library into his room.
I don't know. Student living is strange. Also, the not important joke happened. Hooray! It happened! The entire thing I was working towards with this joke.
That joke is from Jack's Game of the Year Hatred.
Get out. So, Warren's trash talk originally went on probably twice as long, I'd say.
It was also a lot more homoerotic.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh yeah, I think I had a couple in there. Yeah. Also, that I'd like to see you try is based off a theory Fargo had that David Jefferson was Nathan's dad. That didn't turn out to be true.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Well, he was a father figure, close enough. And it was based off like 2 handwritten notes which had the same font. You tried.
See, in the game, this scene you basically have to keep rewinding until someone stops dying.
Yeah. And it's always Chloe that messes everything up. Like, you always try, but Chloe, like, goes along and stabs someone, goes along and shoots someone, kills the dog. It's so much simpler if, like, Max just drugged her, I thought. I think this is actually, to keep up a tradition in this commentary series, this was the first joke I thought of. When I was playing it.
This puzzle in the game was a very silly puzzle.
It was, because you're following a train of logic I don't think everyone was on board with.
No.
So we incorporated that.
Yeah, I basically thought, what if they were looking for treasure? Which solved the double problem of one, sort of the strangely illogical plot, and also the inherent darkness of looking for the dead body of Rachel.
Yeah, they don't know they're doing it. They're looking for treasure. Though, like, trying to write this in the way that Chloe's so oblivious that she just found the treasure. Ooh, an American Sound song. This is a great song. I wish I'd used it more. I could have used it in the bit of them arriving there, and I really wish I didn't. I did, but it was very much a very, very, very last-minute addition. So
We were looking for pirate music for a while, and there's not a lot of free-to-use pirate music.
no, there really isn't. But fortunately, Miracle of Sound saved the day. He gave me permission to use it. And then we get sad bit with Chloe.
And with one of
I had
the
to-
meanest jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. Chloe, considering that she deliberately had a very stilted, unreacting mood, I suppose, in episode 1, like, became a bit of range in her.
A
Like, I had to do
dynamic
a
character.
dynamic, yeah. Like, I had to do a young, I had to do a crippled, I had to do a
I don't know if
emotionally
crippled is
devastated.
the right word.
You're right, I'm sorry. I had to do a
Disabled.
disabled. I don't know. I'm going to blame, like, television seems to use the word a lot, just very fast and loose, I suppose. And then Warren gets a nice selfie on the go, which I said was going to come into play.
And it did.
And it did.
You're going in. Watch out, Max. Looks like a total
And the Hipster Party comes in now.
Originally, this was supposed to be a Neutral Milk Hotel song. I sort of felt it had too much energy. Was my biggest concern with it.
That's you, Fargo. I always keep saying it, but that's you. If you want an avatar for what Fargo looks like, that guy.
That slightly dopey looking, who for some reason goes to a swimming pool party and decides I really have to wear my beanie.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that guy's wearing a baseball cap in the pool. Like, this is a strange party.
That is. There's only 2 songs I actually sing on in this. This is I was quite happy with. The one that comes up in episode 5, I had a terrible cold, and it really comes through.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we were pressured for time. Also, hello DJ behind David Cage's mouth. I could have edited that out now. I know how to.
Look, David Cage
But I was an idiot.
was possessing him.
I don't know why I didn't get rid of it, but I should have. I really should have.
Given we know where the story goes now, I almost feel this scene could go.
It could, because it turns out Victoria wasn't as big a character as you really thought. But then again, I also wanted to conclude this thing I set up in episode 2, that Victoria's got some grand plan. The grand plan is revealed to be seducing Jefferson by getting Kate and Max out the picture. Some people were actually looking forward to hearing back about me. I was like, oh god, I forgot about that. You know, mark of a good writer and all, forgetting your own plot points.
I mean, your plot points are kind of dictated by what the game does.
Yeah, it is. But I managed to wrap it up. I managed to, put a nice bow tie on it. and sort it. And I needed to get in a bit more Jefferson. I didn't really use the speech. I think it was kind of irrelevant. Oh yeah, this photo competition.
I don't... Do you even mention the photo competition?
I do in episode 5. I don't think I really have mentioned it beforehand, which I suppose is to the detriment of the series, but at the same time, I don't know where I would have put it. So
I'm quite fond of that scene of mass murder.
Mass murder and Max popping a head up. Also, if you didn't pause there, pause there. Because this is the point where I realised the phones could be funny. And nice reference to episode 1. And along comes Mr. Jefferson to reveal he's the Origami Killer. And that transition is my favourite thing ever.
It is very good. In this song, you also have some character development for the principal.
Do we? I'm forgetting.
I mean, he tells you his inner thoughts and feelings.
I suppose. You wrote these lyrics, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Once again, adopting the principle as your own.
It was quite hard to get into because there's a lot of awkward syllables in both this and The Man Who Sold the World.
Yeah.
I remember because what I would do is I would sing over it first so you had a track to go along with.
Yeah.
And I would change a few syllables and it kept catching you.
Yeah, it did. I suppose my inflection's different to yours as well, so kind of annoyed me, I suppose. It threw me. That's a better way to put it. Also, music and order of appearance. I'm getting fancy with these credits now.
Look at them.
Look at them. Pay credit to these people.
Did you just put David Cage's picture under music?
No, I then go into pick actual image FX because I need the explosion thing in. I didn't really space it out. That's my problem. Look, these are getting credit, but these are getting fancy, but then by no means getting competent.
I think that's a running theme. Things are looking nicer, not necessarily good.
No, well, I'm not going to get like the levels of the best abridgers out there, like I don't know, Team 4 Star or a few of the others, like One Kids. They're the guys who like really know their editing stuff. I'm still feeling around. Although that was the last one I did on Sony Vegas, which benefited me greatly from leaving.
Sony Vegas was a disaster.
Yes, and it was hindering production. But now I'm doing it in Premiere, and it's so much better. Oh.
And the next Abridged series will be entirely done in Premiere, probably.
Yeah, hopefully. I might use other programs for little bits that I've got plans for, but you know, I'm going to be mainly editing it in Premiere.
And I can't wait to see that Undertale Abridged you've got coming up.
Oh, shut up. That people who recommended that after seeing the credits to episode 5, no. How can I be funnier than Undertale? That's setting a bar too high.
It's also sort of just not abridgeable, I think.
No, you can't take a series that's already comedic in nature and abridge it. Like Life is Strange worked perfectly because it took itself very seriously.
But can we give a hint as to what the next one is?
It's somewhat related to some bits in Life is Strange.
That wasn't a hint.
I don't care. They don't deserve it. Look, this is the second time we've had to do this commentary, alright? That's all they're getting.
I will give a slightly more accurate hint. It's very French.
Go on, then.
It's very French.
Sorry?
It's very French.
Very French, alright.
It's very French.
Alright. Okay.
And very sad.
It's definitely Rayman.
You know, when you first told me you were going to abridge Command and Conquer...
Sure. I didn't just cut out like loads of bits where you were explicitly giving the game away there.
Fortunately, your abridge of Overwatch, I think, will be of much higher quality.
Oh yes, Overwatch abridged will be fantastic. But until next time, see you later, everybody.
Yeah.
Well done.